Hey everyone, my name is Riley, and in this video, I will be showing you step by step how you can build a beautiful and free blog on Google Sites. The first thing that we need to do when building a blog with Google Sites is you want to open a tab in your browser and then go over to this address right here, sites.google.com. We can enter that in, and just like this is now going to take us over to Google Sites. And then once we are on Google Sites, just click on blank site in this top left corner. We can click on blank site. And this is now going to take us over into a fresh new website where we can go ahead and build this blog. In this example, I'm going to go ahead and create a blog about tech, showing like the best tech reviews, things like this. And the very first thing that we need to do is add a site name and a logo. So we can go up to the top left corner right here and you can enter in the site name. So what you want your site to be called. And in this example, I'll just call this GeForce Tech. Just like that. Now, also at this point, we need to go in and add a logo. So if you don't have a logo created already, the best place to go and create a logo is this website right here called Canva. And they will basically create a logo for us. Now, to get access to most of the good logos, you do need to be upgraded to the Pro account, but I will leave a link in the description of this video where you can get a 30-day free trial of Canva. So once you have signed up and we have the Pro version of Canva, you should be on your free trial. What we can then do is go up to create a design in this top right corner, and then right here we have logo. So we can click into logo right here, and this is going to take us into this blank template of Canva. Now, over here on the left-hand side, we are already taken into this design category. So we are on design, and then all we need to do is go in here and search for what type of logo you are looking for. So in my example, I would go for tech, and then we can see all of these tech logos right here. Alternatively, if I was making a blog about dogs, I can search for dog and get all of these dog logos. So we just search that in. I'm going to go for tech. And then we can find a tech logo that we like. So I quite like the look of this one. So this is the one that I'm going to select. And then in here, we can simply go in and change the text to fit your brand. So I'm just going to double click into the text right here and change this to GeForce North. And then this is a little bit big. So I'm just going to grab this corner right here and drag this in. And we can drag this across to make sure this is the right size. And perfect. So we have GeForce North, and then instead of technology, I'm just going to shorten this to tech. Perfect. So now I can just drag this up. Make sure this is all in the middle. Just like that. And perfect. Maybe I want to make this a little bit bigger actually. So we can go ahead and drag this out. And then established, let's say 2024 instead. So established 2024. Awesome. And I now have my logo. So all we now have to do, once you have your logo created, maybe we can move this up a little bit. I'm just adding some finishing touches here, just like that. All we have to do once you have created your logo is go up to share in this top right corner. Then we go to download, and we want to download this with a transparent background. So this is another reason that we need to have Canva Pro so that we can download this with a transparent background. So then we just click on download right here. And just like that, we are now going to have this logo. So let's now go back over to Google Sites. Click on add logo right here. And then you can see we have logo and favicon. And we want to upload the same logo to both of these. If you don't know what a favicon is, if you look right here and right here, these are the favicons for these two websites. So if somebody like tabs your website and has it in a tab, this is the favicon right here. So for the extra level of professionalism, we want to add that as well. So I just drop my logo right there. Then we can go down, favicon, upload, drop the logo there as well. And awesome, we now have that set up. So we can back out, and now we have the title and logo. In here, we now need to create a page title. Now, the page that we are currently on, this is going to be the home page for the blog. We already have the blog name. So in here, we just need to enter what we want people to see as soon as they enter the website. So as this is technology reviews and it's all about tech, I'm going to say the best tech reviews on the internet. Awesome. We have that set up right there. So we now have the title, and once you have your title in, we can highlight this. So make sure you click and drag to highlight, and then we can go up and format the text. So one thing that I definitely want to change is the font itself. So we can click here, and then you can choose from any of these fonts. However, the font that I do prefer is Montserrat. So I'm going to set this to Montserrat, and let's say this is bold, and awesome. That is now set right there. We can also go in and highlight, and we can make this unbold. We can change the font size. We can change the text color. But for now, maybe we will change this later. We need to set the background first, and then maybe we can change the color of the text based on this background. So to actually set the background image of this header, we just go to image right here in this bottom left-hand corner, and then we can choose from upload or select. Now, if we click into select, this is going to give us some Google stock images, and these really aren't the best. I mean, we could really use this one, I guess, but this is not going to make our website look as professional as possible. So instead, the best place to get royalty-free images that you can use on your website is this website right here called Pexels. As you can see, all of these images are free and they are royalty-free. So I'm going to go for photos and then type in tech, and let's see what we can find here. So scrolling down, this is literally right at the top. I really like this image. This has a lot of tech in. I think it sums up the website very well. So let's click on download and download this image. And then all we are now going to do is go back over to the website, and in the image section, click on upload and upload the image that we just grabbed from Pexels. Now, AI is going to work its magic here. It's going to add a little bit of an overlay to the image that we added so that we can see the text better. And this looks awesome. The final thing that we can do in this heading area is we can go to header type, and we can choose the header type that we want to use. Whether we want this to be a cover, I think that's way too big, a large banner, a regular banner, or title only. So I'm actually going to leave this as banner. I think that looks pretty cool. And then we can back out, and that header is now created. Now, this homepage, we don't want to be adding a lot of information here. All this homepage is basically set to do is send people to the blog posts that we are going to create. So essentially, all we are going to add on this page is some links to the blog posts that we are going to create. So to add these in, what we are going to do is go over to the content blocks on this right-hand side and grab this one right here with these 4 different images. So just click on this, and this is now going to be added. And then what we can also do is add a little bit of text and just say that these are featured blog posts in this example. So we can go over to this right-hand side where we can grab elements, click on the text box and add this in. And then in here, in the text box, let's have this as featured posts. So we just type out, let's say featured blog articles, just like that. And then once that is typed, you can see we have these little dots on the left-hand side. So just click and drag these. And then we want to drag this above the content block that we just placed. So we drag that in, and awesome. It now says featured blog articles. Maybe we can click and highlight this and make this a little bit bigger. Let's set this to 24. We can also maybe bold this, just like that. And then let's also set this to the same font as we had in the heading to make the website look nice and congruent. So let's go down, and Montserrat is what we used. We will go for bold once again. And awesome, we now have that right there. Then for these images, we can go in and we can essentially start adding in the blog articles that we are about to create. So the first blog article that I will create is, let's say, the top 10 headphones of 2024. So before I add an image, I'm going to go down to the text right here, and I'm going to say top 10 headphones of 2024. And then we maybe want to make this a little bit bigger. Let's set this to font size 14 and add an S there. And then once again, let's change the font to the same font that we have for the rest of the website. So Montserrat, let's go normal. And maybe we can bold this a little bit, but not as much. So I'm just going to find Montserrat once again. And in here, we can maybe go for semi-bold. That looks a lot better. Then for this next blog article, let's go in. And I'm going to say that this is Apple versus Android review. And then we can go in, once again, what was this set to? 14. So we want to make these all the same. So we will set this to 14, go to the font, set this to Montserrat, and we set this to semi-bold, and awesome. You can see these are now the same. So we can go along and just fill in the rest of these. So Apple and Android review, then I'm going to say that the next one is going to be the best smartwatches under $100. Best smartwatches under $100. And then for this last one, we will say best podcast microphones of 2024. Then we can simply go back in and just set this to Montserrat, semi-bold, and we will set this to font size 14. Click in, go down, We'll find Montserrat, semi-bold, font size, 14. Awesome. So these are now all congruent. Then what we are now going to do is go back over to Pexels and find images that fit all of these. So the first thing that I'm looking for is going to be some headphones. So I'll go to Pexels and search for headphones. And this image looks awesome. So this is the image that I am going to use. Then we have Apple versus Android. So I'm not sure if we'll find anything here. Apple versus Android. We can try this. So not exactly the image that I'm looking for, but instead, let's just go for iPhone. What you could do at this point is you could go to Google and get like an image of Apple versus Android, but you are maybe going to run into some copyright issues. So do that at your own risk. So I'm just going to grab this image right here for that one. Then we are looking for smartwatches. We can go in and grab this. So this is an awesome image. I'll grab that right there. And then the last one we are looking for is the best podcast microphones. I'm just going to search microphone. Maybe these are like regular microphones. We can maybe search podcast microphone. And awesome. We will use this image right here. So I now have all of my images. All I have to do is click on here and click on upload. And this one is going to be headphones. So we can drop that in right there. We have the image of headphones. Then this next one is going to be the Apple one. So I can drop that in. Best smartwatches. Let's just find that. So the smartwatch one, we add that in. And then finally, we have microphones. So we can now go in and add the microphone right here. So these are the first 4 blog articles that we are going to create. So let's now go in and actually start creating these blog articles to add to the website. Now, the way that we are going to do this is we first of all want to create a blog articles page. So what we are going to do is go over to this right-hand column and click on pages. And then in pages, we want to go down to this plus icon and click on new page. Then for the title of this page, we can title this blog articles, just like that, and click on done. And then what you will notice is it's also going to add a navigation menu to your Google site. So when people visit this, they will be able to flick to between home and see the featured blog articles. We can also add some more down here later. I will show you how to do that. Or we can go over to blog articles, and in here, we are just going to list the blog articles that we have. So to do this, we want to go back to insert and we can start building out the blog articles page right here. And very easy to do this. We are just going to grab once again a content block and we are going to grab this one right here. So in this section, we are just going to add the same title that we added for one of these. So let's say the top 10 headphones of 2024. We go in top 10 headphones of 2024. Once again, we will click in, change the font size. You get the idea of how we do this now. So semi-bold, we can set this to maybe, actually that's a pretty good size. And I just want to set this to black right here. Perfect. Then once again, we will use the same image. So upload, we just grab the image of the headphones. And then down here, we will leave this blank for now. But once we have actually created the blog article, then we can post a little snippet from the article down here. So we now have the first one in. I'll just show you with one more to show you how we do this, and then you'll get the idea to continue to do this. So the next one is Apple versus Android review. So we go back to blog articles. Once again, add another content block in, the same content block, just like this. And we can say Apple versus Android. Then once again, we will change the font to the same font that we have. So Montserrat, semi-bold, change the text color right here. And then we just add that same image of the Apple versus Android, which is this one right here. So you would just go down and all of the blog articles that we mentioned right here in featured blog articles, we just go to blog articles, add in the content block and copy that over. So that is going to be the blog articles page. So now that we have that, we can now create pages for these individual blog articles that we are going to create. So once again, we want to go to pages, add a new page right here. And for this one, we are going to create the article of the top 10 headphones of 2024. So top 10 headphones of 2024. Click on done. And that page is now going to be added. Now, what you will notice is this blog article is going to show up along the navigation menu, but we don't want this. We don't want this to show up. So what we are going to do is when we create these individual blog article pages is make sure you are on pages. Find the page right here. So this is the blog article. Then click on these 3 dots And all we are going to do is hide from navigation. So now we just go ahead and build out this blog page. You can really set this up in any kind of way or vibe you are looking for. So you can play around with this and see what kind of layout you prefer. However, the one that I prefer to do is just adding this content block with the image and text right here. So that is now added in. Then we want to go ahead and add a divider down here. So we have the content block, then we add a divider, and then we just want to go ahead and add text. So content block, divider, text. And right now you can see this is looking pretty blank, but we can go ahead and make this look beautiful. So I can go in and we can either find another image of headphones, or we could just use the same image that we used. But as an example, let me just grab this one. We can go and add this to the website right here. And then in this text box, we can type out like a mini subheading. So I'm just going to say our tried and tested top 10 list of the best headphones of 2024. Then I'm just going to go down and set this to regular Montserrat. And we can just set this to the black color. And then underneath, you can either just delete this section, or you can go ahead and type a little something out right here. But for now, I'm just going to delete this. And then at the bottom, this is where we can actually go ahead and start writing up this blog. In this example, I'm just going to cheat and use ChatGPT to do this for me. So what I'm going to do is just find this top one. So the top one is these Sony headphones right here. So I'm just going to copy this. Then we go back to the website and paste this in. We might want to add a little bit more information here, but this is just an example. And what I'm going to do is also remove these bullet points, just like that. So I now have this number one is these Sony headphones. And then once that is added, I'm going to go over and add an image of this. So we go image, and I can find an image of, just as an example, let's say that these are the Sony headphones that we are looking for. So we can go image, upload, add in this image right here, and then we can just drag that in right there. So that is number one. Then we can add another text box right here. We go in and we type in the second one. So this is Bose Quiet Comfort. Once again, I'm going to remove these right there. And then I would just go back, find an image of these Bose Quiet Comfort headphones. Let's say that these are the ones right here. Then we can just once again go add image, upload, find the image that we just grabbed, drop this in, and drop this right next to these right here. So obviously we would go in, say number 2. And you get the idea, we just go down, we continue doing this. And that is how you can create your actual blog post right there. So now all we need to do is allow people to access this page by clicking on this blog post right here, or if they go over to blog articles, to access it right here. So we can just go to home, and then we can double click on the image and click on link. And then we want to link this to the top 10 headphones. So we link that right there and apply. Do the same for the text. So we double click this, link to this blog post, and awesome. Maybe the color has changed there. So I'm going to change this back to black. Perfect. Then we can go over to blog articles and do the same thing. So we just double click, link to the top 10 headphones, do the same for this. So link to the top 10 headphones. Awesome. So we now have that set up so that when people click here or on blog articles, they click into the blog article, they will be able to access the blog article that we just linked. Now, the last thing that we have to do, and some people might not want to do this, so I will keep this very short and very brief, is just add some extra pages if we need to. So for example, I might want to add a contact page. We just go over to pages, add page right here, and we can just call this contact us, and done. And then once again, the best layout for this is going to be this option right here. So I could just add an image of myself. Let's just go for this person right here. We can click and we can upload an image of ourselves right here. And we can just say contact us, fill in the contact information right here, add like an email maybe, just like that. And that's how we can create the contact us page. This is going to be the same for any other pages that you create. We just go create page, add that in, and then you can use these content blocks in whichever order you like. I do prefer to go with this one, but you can choose, and then we just fill in the information right there. So once the blog is created and we have this homepage, we have the blog articles page, and we actually have some blog articles in here, what we can now do is publish the website. So all we have to do is go up to publish at the top right here, and then we can choose the web address. If you do already have a domain that you want to link, then we can click on manage, start setup, and enter in the domain that you would like to link. But for now, I'm going to keep this completely free, and just go to publish the website right here. And just like that, my site has now been published. So if I click on view, I am now on my actual website, and this is how it is going to look so far right here. So this is the homepage. And then once you have more than 4 blog articles, what you can do is we can go into home right here and essentially create different categories. So we could go in and we could add another 4 right here. And then once again, we can add text, rearrange this. And this time we could say that these are like Apple product reviews. And then we just do the same thing. We go along and add all of these in, create the blog articles, link them along, just like we did with these ones right here. And that is how we can start filling up the homepage. But for now, let's test this out and click on this image right here. I want to read this blog article. And as you can see, we are going to be taken over to that blog article. The same thing at the top, we can go over to blog articles, click into this blog article right here, and then we can go ahead and read this. So that is how you can build a blog on Google Sites. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to smash that like button and tap that subscribe button. And until next time, take it easy.